Are you thinking of selling or buying a home? Have you wondered what a marketing plan is? What about what to look for in a realtor to help you in buying or selling? These real estate questions and answers are what we'll be discussing today. Hi, I'm Laura Clute with Ozark Gateway Realty, and I help lakefront sellers in Cherokee Village who are animal owners. So, what about a marketing plan? What is a marketing plan? Today we're going to be talking about real estate questions and answers, some questions that you should be asking your realtor, some things you should be thinking about when selling or buying a home. For example, me personally, how long have I been in the business? I got my license in 2010, so it's also when I moved to Cherokee Village, so this is my 13th year to know real estate as well as live here. So I've really gotten to know the area well. My dad started our company, and in 2014 I became the principal broker, so I'm now the principal broker and owner of my company. So I do know the area well. We work in Sharp, Fulton, and Iser County, so I have a broad idea of the area, but most of my knowledge is with Cherokee Village. How well do I know the area? I live in Cherokee Village on Lake Thunderbird, so I know the lake pretty well, and I know about being a lakefront homeowner because I am one, and I also have animals. Some of my buyers and sellers that have driven or followed me while driving either say I know the roads really well, or they're just trying to be nice about saying how badly I drive. What sets me apart from other real estate agents or realtors in the area? One thing that I think sets me apart is video, which I'm doing with you today, and also video of my listings and throughout the area so that people who can't come to see them in person can see them. I've also gone above and beyond with my continuing educations. I attended either the state or national convention every year, either in person or online. And I also got my additional licensing beyond my regular license. I have a GRI certification, which is Graduate Real Estate Institute, which helps me with negotiations. I also have SRES, which is Senior Real Estate Specialist, senior citizens, and helping them and understand how generations learn and process things to help with those negotiations and help them understand the process of buying or selling a home. I am currently on the ARA Safety and Diversity Committee. With ARA is the Arkansas Real Estate Association, so I am involved with the state association. I'm also currently on the Planning and Zoning Commission for Cherokee Village, and I'm the treasurer for the Spring River Area Chamber of Commerce. So not only am I involved with my career, but also with the community to help me know what's going on and what's going on with the city and just the area in general. Some people may ask a realtor, how many clients do you have at one time? Which obviously this number is going to vary from market to market or time of year. It doesn't matter how many clients I have at one time, I'm still going to give every client the attention that they need to receive. I make sure that I answer all phone calls and emails. It may not be immediately, but I will do it as soon as possible. With this job, oftentimes we're expected to be available 24/7, which is not realistic. We do have lives and children and other things to do than sell real estate. But we also want to represent our clients so that they can know when a house is immediately for sale or they have a buyer to look at their house. So we are involved, but most of the time I am available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. But if you're out of the country or there's going to be extenuating circumstances, so that I am available and can attend to your needs as needed. So I started out with, what is a marketing plan? A marketing plan talks about how you're going to market your home, the features of your home, what to do best to get your home out there. In this area, video is a really great tool because there is a lot of people that travel from out of state to buy homes here. So I do feel video is really important. Open houses are not a good tool in this area. It doesn't seem to matter what market we're in, seller's market, buyer's market, open houses just do not get attended here. So that would not be something that I would expect a realtor in this area to do. Another thing to consider when you're listing your house for sale is how long after you've listed it you want to wait to reduce the price, because markets can change from one day to the next. You got to prepare for the possibility that you will have to lower your price. Even though we are in a seller's market, there's still a lot of houses that are reducing their prices. How do you handle prep work and staging? When I come into your home for a listing appointment, I'll look around the house. You'll show me around the house and all the features and benefits of the home, and I can see everything that is available. I can give you recommendations on what to do to make it show better. I'll give you a list of tips that tells you what to do when you actually have a showing appointment to get it ready, a 5-minute pickup, put some cookies in the oven, so you're covering all the senses: touch, sight, smell. You want it to smell good, look good. Obviously you're not going to taste it, but anyway. But you want to do that to make sure that it gets the best showing the first time around. If you want to do some things specifically like staging, landscaping, deep cleaning, I also have a list of contractors that I can give you if you're wanting to do some more detailed things. How often will your realtor be in touch with you? Well, we do our best to keep you updated throughout the process, whether you're selling or buying a home. I try to always let you know once we've completed a step, what's going to be next, and maybe what's next after that, so you know what's going to come in progression, like offer, earnest money inspection, appraisal, or once we get it listed, then I put the sign up, take the pictures, get it on the MLS, and then we'll schedule showings. So there's always another step in the process, obviously, until closing. That's when we're done. But you're always welcome to call anytime you have any questions at all during the process. I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. I am not one, if I have your home listed, I'm not one to call you every day and say, this is how many people I talked to about your house, this is how many people emailed me. I focus on marketing your home and getting people there rather than keeping you up to date. Now, as far as a buyer, keeping you up to date, I can keep you on a drip campaign so that you know as soon as something hits the market, it's going to be on an automated system. So I'm not going to know necessarily that it exactly fits your criteria, but it's got some points about it that would be something that you actually liked at some point when we talked. So I do my best to keep you updated, but if you feel like I'm not, then definitely reach out to me and let me know that I need to be giving you more information. How long do you have to review the documents that we go over? In a listing appointment, time is of the essence throughout anything in the real estate process, buying and selling process. Listing agreement, usually we sign it the day that I go to the appointment so that we can get it on the MLS. The sooner we get it on the MLS, the sooner that we can get a buyer to your house, the sooner we can get an offer. As far as when you get an offer, every offer has an expiration date. That is the date that the buyer has given you to decide if you're going to accept, reject, or counter. So there is always a timeline on every real estate document. The listing agreement has a start and stop date, and the offer has the date that they signed it, and then the expiration date is when you have to get back to them. So if you don't get back to them by the time on the offer, they can either withdraw their offer or say, okay, you didn't get back to me, I'm not going to give you any more time. It's possible that they could give you more time if you need some like extenuating circumstances, you're out of state, you're in the hospital. That's why we like to use e-signatures. There's always going to be extenuating circumstances, but it is in your best consideration to stick to those timelines and pay attention to them and get the paperwork back to us so we can notify the other party, so we either have an accepted offer or an agreed upon inspection terms, whatever it is. Everything has a timeline. Obviously you'll have time to think about it, but you're probably not going to have a week or longer to decide. It's usually when you get an offer, it's 1, maybe 2 days, depending on if it's the weekend or during the week. And then when you get farther along into an offering term, an inspection in Arkansas, once you have an offer is accepted, you have 10 days to do an inspection, you have 5 days to respond to inspection items, and the buyer has 5 days to respond to your response. So everything has its own timeline throughout the process. And again, feel free to ask any questions during the process if you don't know what the next step is or how long it's going to be until that step is completed. Another thing to know about timelines is that the agent who represents the buyer is the one that decides the expiration date. So more than likely, with the short amount of inventory on the market right now in 2022, they're going to make that timeline short because they don't want somebody else to come along and make an offer and get their offer accepted. So they're going to make their timeline short so you can't get other offers, and then they don't want you to get other offers. But then you have the same obligation. If you decide to counter offer, you can withdraw your counter offer if you get another offer, or they can, otherwise they have to let you know they've accepted your counter offer for you not to withdraw it. So everybody's tied into the same timeline. It's both sides have to work together to make an agreement. It's the party between buyer and seller. So what is the first step to get started when you're selling a home? When you contact your realtor, they'll do a comparative market analysis for other homes in your area which have sold or on the market and currently available. When you set up the listing appointment, they'll bring that information to the appointment. They'll look around the house and make sure that they've accurately compared your home to others on the market with its features and benefits. And then they'll sit down and show you their marketing plan and go over the listing agreement to make sure that you agree on all the terms. Once the paperwork's out of the way, then we will take pictures of your home, get details like the heat and air, what appliances are staying, how large the rooms are, get a video, put a sign up, put a lockbox up. Once we're done at the property, we'll go back to our office, put all of that information up on the MLS, and then start taking an appointment. So what's the first step when you're buying a home? First step is to save for a down payment, or if you're planning on buying for cash, obviously save up for the home. If you got that step completed, then if you're doing the down payment, then you'll need to check with lenders. I always recommend that you start with who you have your bank with, and once you've got that figured out, then you can also check other lenders in the area to see if they can give you a better deal or if they have a different program that would work better for you in your situation. Once you've got the lender figured out, now you know your price range, and you can start looking at homes that fit your criteria: bed, bath, size, location, acreage, garage, fireplace. You want to make a list of your needs and wants and decide what falls in the want category and what your minimum is, which sometimes you may not be able to find that depending on the market, but that's where to get started. You would want to ask your realtor how many houses they've sold and listed in the last year. Me, I had 70 transactions in the last year, 50 sides, so that means I represented sellers and buyers, 50 altogether, and I had 2.7 million in volume. That's the total price of houses that I sold. I usually sell a little bit more on the listing side than the selling side because I'm more technical and details oriented, but I was pretty close to 50-50 in the last year. So I do work with both sellers and buyers in the area. So anybody that is looking to buy or sell, I'll be glad to help you out. What skills do they have that makes them a good realtor? I am detail oriented. Because I'm a principal broker, I have to look through every paperwork transaction and make sure everything has signatures, everything's dated, every box is checked, every I is dotted and T is crossed. So I'm very detail oriented. Again, I do my best to communicate with everybody and make sure they know what step they are in the process. So communication is key, as well as negotiation. Hopefully I am able to help you negotiate the best price for your bottom line. How do they stay up to date? I stay up to date with a newsletter called My Brew. It tells me anything in the news. It talks about the real estate market. We get newsletters from the State Realtor Association, then Federal Realtor Association that keeps us up to date on the market. Anything that I learn, because I have a GRI and our SRES, I get newsletters from them that keeps me up to date on the market. And of course, because I continue to do education every year and attend those state meetings and conferences, I get all kinds of information from them as well that keeps me up to date on the market. So I'm constantly learning. There's always something new to know about real estate and the market. So what makes me a good realtor? My desire to help you achieve your goals, either as a seller to get the best price in the least amount of time at the least inconvenience to you, or as a buyer to get the best price in the shortest amount of time with the least inconvenience to you. So hopefully we can all work together. So there was many real estate questions and answers. I hope I answered some questions that were on your mind today. If you are still interested in knowing more about the real estate market, check out this video, 7 ways to sell your home faster. And I hope that you will be in the area in Cherokee Village, Hardy, Ashflat, Highland area soon and check out some homes.